Here at the friendly confines, Wrigley Field, two of the best teams in the game square off. It's the New York Yankees and the Chicago Cubs. John Shambi, Chris Singleton with you. All right, Singy, let's talk about the man on the mound. He has been lights out lately.
You're not kidding, Boog. I mean, look at these stats. He's got hitters guessing on every pitch. I'm excited to see if he can maintain his dominance in this one.
All right, we'll be back to get this one started after this. Getting the nod on the mound, Edward Cabrera. What do you have on him, Singy?
Very dominant his last time out, picked up the win, only allowed one run. These guys would love to see him back on his game in this one.
All right, just about ready for baseball. Trent Grisham stepping in now for the Yankees.
Trent Grisham.
And this interleague matchup is underway.
First pitch, 4 o'clock.
Ball 2. Cabrera, a 6'5" righty, 215 pounds, and they traded for him earlier this year. Ground ball up the middle. Swanson whips it to first on the run. Nicely done for the out. And time now to check out the New York Yankees lineup. An offense that knows how to mash, Chris. Lots of power throughout the lineup. They're leading the league in homers right now.
Yeah, and I think when you're facing a team like this, pitchers coming in, they see the stats. They end up trying to nibble, trying to work on the edges, trying to expand the zone. And so I think the key, if these hitters can stay within themselves, obviously they have the ability to hit the ball a long way and score runs quickly. So we'll see how it goes in this one.
It affects the game in so many ways, right? Your ability to come back is usually tied to power. If you can deliver a huge hit with one swing of the bat, it really changes your capability when you fall behind. Judge with some impressive production lately. Just underway here from Wrigley.
Clearly he was sitting on a fastball right there and just ended up out in front of the slider. Hey, you can't fault him for his commitment. Now he's just going to have to battle with 2 strikes.
The 1-2. Spoils the 2-strike pitch, and he'll see another. The 1-2. Makes the catch for the second out.
The second baseman, Jazz Chisholm Jr.
2 outs, base is empty. Jazz Chisholm Jr. now, 5th in home runs in the American League. And that's off the outside edge. And that's ball 1.
That's a ball.
He's one of the best players in baseball when it comes to scoring runs, Singy. His numbers are good enough to put him in the top 10.
Hey!
Swing, and this one's bounced on the ground. On the run, throw to first, and that's a nice play to end the inning. Now the Cubbies will get their first crack. No score. You're watching Major League Baseball exclusively on the show. Ready to go for the last half of the inning. And taking the ball for the Yankees, Garrett Cole. And Chris, pitching on the road has not been particularly kind to him.
Yeah, and you don't want to be too quick to say that he can't pitch on the road. Sometimes, it's just a matter of luck. It's not having a feel. Difference between the bullpen mound to the mound out there on the playing field. Don't know what it is, but I know this. He's got good enough stuff to overcome and get it done on the road as well as at home. So we'll see what he's able to do in this one.
The 0-1. On the ground to the left. And that's just foul. The 0-2. Gets a piece and stays alive. Here's the 0-2. Got him swinging. He chased the changeup. One away. Here's a look at the Cubs lineup. Someone who makes things happen for them, in part with his legs, Nico Hoerner.
Well, this guy commands a lot of attention, both at the plate and on the bases. When you talk about that game-changing speed, it really is a distraction. And I tell you what, when I had teammates that had that kind of speed, I loved hitting behind them because, many times they were in scoring position. So easier RBIs to get. Nice player right here, leading the National League in stolen bases.
Cole, he has a reputation, I don't know, maybe a knack for working himself out of tough situations that he finds himself in. You like that in a relief pitcher, but when you have it for a starting pitcher, a guy that can get out of a tight spot, that is pretty valuable. That one in there to Mike Trout.
And you won't see the skipper rush to get somebody up in the bullpen as soon as he starts to see some signs of trouble. This guy's earned a longer leash, and because of that, confidence grows with the players and teammates playing behind him that when things get a little rough out there, they know he'll find his way through it.
So a man aboard now with one away. How much of the ability to do that in a tight spot is the mental approach?
I think it's very much being able to have a laser-like focus, slow everything down, stay right in that moment, pitch-to-pitch execution, and focusing on that catcher's mitt.
Next to hit, Brent Rooker.
Inside ball.
Trap, the base runner at first with one out. And that's in for a strike. And 1-1. That one is absolutely belted. And it gets into the corner, but it's foul. That's foul off to the right side. Keeps the AB going. Man at first, one away. In the dirt, but kept close. To second. Not in time. He's safe. Trapped into scoring position on the wild pitch. And there goes the double play possibility.
Well, that right there erases the chance at the inning-ending double play. So good job on the bases to move up on the wild pitch. Changes the outlook of the inning in a pretty big way.
And it's second. Swings and misses. Struck him out.
Well, Boog, it becomes pretty difficult as a teammate when a guy's struggling like this. You don't know if you want to go up and tell him to keep swinging it or if you want to give him his space, what exactly he needs. But right now, it's clearly a struggle for him, and you're just hoping that somehow, some way it'll click, and he can get out of this as quickly as possible.
Eugenio Suarez up to the plate now. Homered in the ball game yesterday afternoon. Well struck left field. Way back there. It's got a chance. Climbs the ladder and makes the catch.
Now, Brewer, that ball had some carry on it. Great job of making the decision quickly to get up in the air. Reels it in. Excellent job to end the inning.
We move ahead to the top of the second now. So now the Yankees cleanup hitter, Giancarlo Stanton. Edge of the zone, called a strike. And it's 0-2. He'll challenge, thought that was a ball. And that one just barely missed. The call is overturned. Still 2 challenges left for them. The 1-1. And he chases that one below the zone.
He's dealing with a great 2-strike hitter right here. The strikeout is not automatic.
Swings and misses at the pitch off the plate. Got him. 1 away on the strikeout.
That is it. The shortstop, Anthony Volpe.
Second inning here, no score. In for a strike, and now it's even 1-1.
This hitter's looking for a fastball, but I'm not sure he's going to get one. Pitcher doesn't have to challenge him. If he feels better about his off-speed secondary stuff, then stay with it.
Way out front for strike 2. On the ground to first. Bush takes it himself, and 2 away now.
Batting 6, the first baseman, number 22, Ben Rice.
So up next for New York, Ben Rice. Hard grounder into the outfield for a knock. So he gets on base and keeps it going.
Batting 7, the third baseman, Matt Chapman.
Oh, 1.
Missed with a changeup. Ball 2. Looked like a strike to me, and here comes the challenge. It just shaved the zone. They'll keep both their challenges. So a foul ball makes it 1-2. That one kicks away from the catcher. Runner holds tight as the count moves to 2-2. That one
Ball.
missed.
Great RBI spot here. Just got to stay focused on the pitch. The runner will be in motion, so something in the gap should definitely score it.
Ground ball left side. And that's the inning. We'll go to the bottom of the second. No score. Bottom of the inning. Here's Alex Bregman.
Third baseman, number 3, Alex Bregman.
Inside, ball 1.
Ball to strike. The pitch. Sliced hard but foul. Fights that one away. Still 1-2.
This guy's a fun guy to watch taking it bat. He just battles up there. He doesn't take a pitch off at all. Makes it so difficult on the pitchers out there. You can tell they get frustrated with how long it takes to put him away.
2-2. This one belted deep left field. On its way. Gone. Alex Bregman sends it out. His 12th of the season. The Cubs strike first. It's 1-0.
He hit that into the wind, and it still had enough to leave the ballpark. He really connected on that pitch. A good hitter gets pitch recognition early. He saw exactly where that was going to be. The challenge, not get over anxious and come out of your swing. He stayed on it and got all of it.
Fouled off left side. Nobody on, nobody out with a run in. Bottom half of inning number 2.
Ball, that's out.
In the air, right field. And there's one down.
It's a good recovery, though, after giving up the home run. Not allowing it to stay in the head, but going to work at the next hitter. And a tough one at that.
Now here is Michael Busch.
I'm liking what I've seen from him at the dish lately. Can make it a 5-game hitting streak with a knock in this one.
And first offering is fouled off. One out, bases empty, and a run in here in game 1 of this 3-game set. Next offering is fouled back. Oh, 2 now. This one popped up. Chapman takes it in for the out. 2 away.
Batting in, the shortstop, Yansby Swanson.
And a foul ball. Two down, nobody on.
That's a ball.
Pitch
Ball,
misses
that's
there.
ball.
Yeah, that's ball 2. The changeup missing. Ball 3. On the ground. And it goes just foul. Payoff pitch. Foul ball, and it remains a full count. Got him swinging. Cubs draw first blood on this solo homer. It's an early 1-0 lead. Welcome back. And coming off a series where the pitching was outstanding, we take a look at those numbers. Out to short. And he beats it. That's a hit. Great try there.
It doesn't really matter where you are in the lineup. Your job is to get on base and try to start a rally if you're leading off an inning. So an infield single does the job right there. Now we'll see if they can make something happen.
Ball 1, no strikes. Squirts away a little bit. Runner stays where he is, but the count moves to 2-0. Here's a 2-0. Caballero gets his lead at first with nobody out. And that skips into there. Trent Grisham in the on-deck circle, hoping to get a chance to make a big impact here. The 3-1. And fouled off.
Well, this is a good time to step out of the box, take a deep breath, reset. A couple of change-ups. Probably won't see another one here.
3-2 now. Struck him out looking with the off-speed stuff.
He's got to throw any pitch in any count. 3-2. He goes off speed, gets the out.
One out man at first. Now it's Trent Grisham to the plate. 0 for 1 so far. Runner takes off. Pitching for a strike. Safe at second, and that was not close. One out and a runner at second. We're here in the top half of inning number 3. Backed off the plate that time.
Straighten him up a little bit.
Swing and a ground ball and foul ball. Runner at second here, one gone. Not close, and it deflects away. No advance, though. On the ground to third. Makes a sliding stop, and they get the out.
Up next for the Yankees, the right fielder, number 99, Aaron.
This is such a difficult play for a third baseman, Chris. A sliding stop and worthy of another look for StatCast.
Well, I'll tell you, man, I'm frustrated if I'm the one hustling down the line the whole time, thinking I've got a knock and going to beat the throw, and then, boom, you hear the ball hit the mitt, and you're out. That's just a great stop and great throw.
Slider misses outside. Man on second, 2 down. Judge over the top.
Nope, that's down.
Man at second. And that is downstairs. 3-1. Jazz Chisholm Jr., the kind of bat that can make a big impact if they can keep it going here. The 3-1.
Right through there for a strike. And boy, that was the pitch. 3-1. You want to be really aggressive on the fastball.
3-2. Oh, look at the stop to first, and that's a great play for the out.
Proof right there of why he's a Gold Glover. Flash that leather around and make everybody excited. Nice job to end the inning.
Back here at the friendly confines, taking a look at some notable Rookie of the Year candidates this season. That pitch gets the inside corner. No balls, 2 strikes. Now he's challenging the called strike. And after review, it was a ball. Good eye. So they've still got both their challenges. Next pitch is inside. Ball 2. In the air to left center. Caballero on the move. 1 up, 1 down.
Up next for the Cubs, the center fielder, number 4, Pete Armstrong.
Nope.
He flexes his power with that swing, and they tack on to their lead. It's 2-0. Chris, he's homered in back-to-back games now.
Yep, seeing the ball well, and he's got his timing locked in. He's looking pretty dangerous at the dish right now. A breaking ball on the inside part of the plate requires a hitter to stay really square with his mechanics. If you fly open with the left shoulder, there's no way you keep that ball fair. An outstanding job mechanically. He deserves that home run.
1 down. And now batting, Mike Trout. Picked up a base hit to center his first time up.
Ball, that's out.
One out, base is empty, and a run in here in the last half of the third.
Yeah.
He's one of the best players in baseball at driving in runs, Chris. His RBI totals this season rank him in the top 10. Yeah, big swing and a miss. High fly ball down the left field line. That's back there. And that one is off the wall. Safely into second. He's got a double.
He went up there and got it with 2 strikes. I'm not going to leave this in the umpire's hands. I'm going to be aggressive. It was in a location where he could get those arms extended that he loves to do. So nice job right there, coming back in that at bat.
Not close with that one. Ball 1.
Part of the order coming through now, and with 1 home run already in this inning, they're definitely looking to do some more damage.
Trout over at second, 1 down.
Well, he gave up the home run earlier in this inning, not pitching as aggressively here.
Pitch misses, and it's 3-0. One out and a runner at second. That one fouled off. Fastball for a strike.
I think he was sitting off speed right there because he just let the fastball go by.
And a payoff pitch. Up the middle. Lays out, but he can't squeeze it. That leaves him without a throw. And now they have runners at the corners.
Up next for the Cubs, the designated hitter, Eugenio Suarez.
Runners in the corners here, one away. Eugenio Suarez, the next Cub to hit. Fly to left his first time.
You have to be careful throwing and breaking pitches, even in an 0-0 count. He loves going after the off-speed stuff, and he's really good at hitting it.
Outside low, ball one.
Well, he's just given up 3 straight hits, and now behind in this count to this hitter. Might be a good time for somebody to call timeout. Maybe the pitching coach should go out there and talk to him just a little bit.
Runners are at the corners, one away. Ball to strike. There's a strike.
Big pitch right here. He's going to try to make a pitch that's going to produce a strikeout or a ground ball double play.
Two on, one out. Got him swinging for the strikeout. And that's 4 strikeouts.
Definitely made him chase a little bit out of the zone right there. I don't think that's a strike if he takes it. Pretty textbook pitching. Get ahead in the count, get the guy in the box on his heels, and then force him to chase your pitch where he doesn't have much of a chance to do any damage.
Hey!
Two on, 2 outs.
Ball in!
The 1-1.
Tough spot right here. A couple runners on. 2-ball count. You can't nibble, but you have to execute and finish your pitch. If you leave something out over the plate, it's going to bring in some runs.
Two on, 2 outs. Fastball is outside.
He hasn't fallen behind in the count like this all day. He's in danger of walking his first batter right here.
Three-one now. Foul ball there. Payoff pitch. Swinging a foul ball at the plate. They'll do it again.
Very dominant with that fastball inside. Hitter's going to be conscious of that. Now you have the outer half of the plate to work with out there on the mound.
Good job to fight that one off. Good battle here. About to be the 8th pitch of the at-bat. Hard grounder into the outfield for a knock. Runner in from third to extend their lead. It's an RBI single, and they take a 3-run lead.
Oh, a swing like that can help you come out of the struggle. We saw the numbers coming into the ball game, but all he's trying to do at this point is help his team win.
First and second, 2 outs. Nico Horner will come up to hit. He's 0 for 1. Laboring here, about to throw his 30th pitch of the inning. Ground ball to middle, that's a base hit. Rounds third, headed for the plate. He'll score easily. It's an RBI single, and they lead by 4.
Comes through with the RBI. Smash that one through the infield for the knock. When it's hit that hard, it makes it very tough on the infielders to make any sort of play.
challenge that called strike. Barely a hair out of the zone, but it was a ball. Still 2 challenges left for them. The 1-0.
How good these offenses are. There's a lot of ball game left.
2 aboard, 2 outs. This one in the dirt. Throw into third, and he's out. Cut down, and that ends the inning. 3 innings complete. It's the Cubs 4 and the Yankees nothing. This is Cubs baseball on the show, Chicago. Back here at Wrigley Field, new inning getting started. Jazz Chisholm Jr. stepping in now for the Yankees.
Ball 1.
Next pitch is outside.
He's just missing with some pitches that, I mean, they're not strikes, and that's what you think, oh, good pitch is a strike. But so many times pitchers are trying to tease the zone, and the last 2 pitches that he's thrown, good pitches, but even better takes.
Swings through that one.
Sold it really well with the arm speed. Swung underneath it, so a changeup that stayed a little bit more on plane than what he was anticipating.
High fly ball, right field. Rooker has a beat on it. Then there's one down.
Up next for the Yankees, the designated hitter, Giancarlo Stanton.
Outside, that's a ball.
The Cubbies leading by 4, top half of inning number 4. And that drops in for a strike. Swings through that. Ripped to short. 2 quick outs here in the top of the 4th.
Well, he's doing a nice job of keeping the ball out of the air. Lets the defense work behind him with another ground ball. Good execution.
2 down, bases empty. Anthony Volpe stepping in now for the Yankees.
Ball 2.
In today's game, not that many fastball counts, but hitters still in the back of their minds, they're looking for one. 2-0 changeup call right there. Excellent pitch selection to go with.
Two down, nobody on. 2-0, and it's ball 3.
Oh, they have had a hard time scoring in this one. The pitcher out there on the mound wants to keep attacking, make sure that they don't get any confidence.
That's a walk. Went with another changeup but missed the spot.
Pretty easy walk right there. Last pitch wasn't even much to think about.
22, Ben Wright.
In the dirt, blocked. Volpe off of first with 2 away. On the ground to the left, and it stays fair. Coming home. The relay, he's safe. It's 4-1.
Love how he let that ball travel, trusted his hands. Nice job of going the other way.
So runner at second, 2 down. Matt Chapman up to the plate now. Grounded out his first time up.
He's pitching well, but not throwing a ton of first pitch strikes. Usually doesn't work out for success, but you can never predict baseball.
Man on second, 2 down. Makes the play, and it's out number 3. Yankees strike for a run on the RBI double to the bottom of inning number 4 now. You're watching Cubs baseball on the show Chicago. Here at Wrigley Field, well, Singy came into this one in a groove, but not so much today.
Yeah, Boogie, you almost forget days like this are still possible. A lot of game left, though. You know,
Ball
these Cubs
inside.
showing great discipline at the plate, and patience definitely seems to be the name of their game in this one. Pitch count is pretty high, and they've plated 4 runs already, so I think it's safe to say their game plan is working out pretty well right now.
The 1-0.
So they forced the starter to put in a lot of work, and they've been able to get to him for some runs, and hopefully that bullpen phone is working today. Well, he hasn't quite settled in out there. 4 runs in 3 innings. He's going to have some quick 1, 2, 3 innings to pitch deep into this ball game.
Swing and a ground ball up the middle. Dives, but it kicks off his glove. And he'll just eat it, so that's an infield knock.
With that fastball, even though it's high velocity, you've got to live on the outer edges. When it's right on a tee, right down the middle, professional hitters are not going to have a problem turning it around.
This one chopped up the middle. 1 at second. Not in time at first. It's a fielder's choice.
Up next for the Cubs, the catcher, number 33.
And here comes the Yankees manager to the mound. Pitching change coming. Garrett Cole is done in this one. And this is one he'd like to forget. Back with a new arm after this.
Now pitching for the
Paul
Yankees,
Blackburn taking
number
over on the
58.
mound.
This guy's a strike thrower. He's done an excellent job of avoiding walks so far this season.
And here's the catcher, Moises Ballesteros. Fly to left his first time. Hammered down the right side, but foul. Swing and a miss, and that's strike 2.
Well, the hitter shows the pitcher that he's willing to go after that pitch down in the zone. So perhaps he'll come back to it, still try to get that ground ball double play.
0-2 now. That one way inside. 1-2 now. Up the middle. Dives, and he can't hang on. A great effort to get to second in time. So a tough play, but they do get out number 2.
Number 4, Pete Armstrong.
That one ripped, but foul.
Ball that's outside.
Blackburn, 32 years old, a former first-round pick back in 2012. Here's a 1-1. He swings and fouls one off. The 1-2. And a foul ball, he stays alive. Here's a 1-2. Swing and a miss, struck him out. Cubs leave one as they hold on to a 4-1 lead. Back here at the ballpark, let's check out the latest news from around the league.
Caballero.
You know, these Yankees just aren't putting great swings on the baseball in this one. Just one extra base hit for them, so they haven't exactly been hitting the ball gap to gap or out of the park. That makes it really difficult to generate runs.
Ball that's in.
And a breaking ball drops in for a strike. Got him. That K is his third of the game.
Up next for the Yankees, the catcher.
And here's a look at how he's using his pitches in this one. He caught it behind his back. Over to first. It's there, and that's a great play.
Up next for the Yankees, the center fielder, number 12, Trent Grisham.
Back to the top of the Yankee order. So the batter now will be Trent Grisham. Has grounded out a couple of times. Here's a rocket to right field. And that's got extra bases written all over it. And that's a double.
Well, here we are, third time through the order, and this is where we see the OPS jump up. Manager might have to go to the bullpen a little bit sooner than he anticipated.
First pitch swinging. Runner at second, 2 down. And we're at the top of the fifth. There's a strike. The 1-2. And ring him up, says Carl Dixon. That's a strikeout. A double in the inning, but they leave him stranded. Home half of the fifth coming up. It's the Cubs 4 and the Yankees 1.
Now pitching for the
Back
Yankees,
now to start the bottom of the fifth and taking over on the mound, Camilo Doval.
And he's had a really hard time throwing strikes so far this
for the
season.
Cubs,
His walk
the
rate is up
left
there
fielder,
among the worst in the league for relievers.
Wow.
Swings over the top of that one.
You know, these Cubs putting together some really good at-bats in this game. There's been a lot to like with how they're approaching their chances at the plate. It looked to me like they really wanted to get to the starter early, get him out of the game before he settles in.
Inside.
So I'd say mission accomplished.
Late that time, and it's strike 2. Hit hard on the ground to short. Tosses to first, and the leadoff hitter retired in the fifth.
Up next for the Cubs, the right fielder, Brett Rooker.
Off the plate, ball 1.
The 1-0. Doval, a former All-Star. He features a slider, a cutter, and he works in a sinker. This to center field. And it drops in, but a good job to keep it in front. So they get a man aboard with a 1-out single.
Up next for the Cubs,
Eugenio Suarez updated down. He has, as they like to say,
Let me guess, Boog. Light tower power?
that's right. First pitch, and that's in for a strike.
Good approach right there. You want to get something that's just a little higher that you can elevate. Stay out of that double play.
Swing and a miss as he was out front. Rooker leads off first with 1 away. Swing and a high fly ball left field. Caballero under it. Brings it in.
Up next for the Cubs, third baseman number 3, Alex Bregman.
in the dirt. And now a man into scoring position.
That's a tough spot for the catcher, Boog. No chance of stopping the outside pitch, and now the runner moves up. Those moments can be really frustrating.
2 outs and 1 in scoring position.
Ball, that's out.
Man at second. Close, but called a ball. 3-1 now. Challenge from behind the dish here. And that just scraped the zone. The call is overturned. They'll keep both their challenges. Man on second, 2 down. Got him looking. That ends the inning. 1 left for the Cubs, but they lead it 4-1. We're back with a look at key moments so far in this one. Jazz Chisholm Jr. will hit next.
The second baseman, Jazz Chisholm Jr.
Fastball for a strike. And it's 0-1. His stolen base numbers this season are good enough to put him top 5 in baseball, Singy.
Ball, that's inside.
Gets him to chase after that one. To the right side, Bush. Tosses to the pitcher covering the bag. And that's 1 out as they get the leadoff hitter in the 6th.
The designated hitter, Giancarlo Stanton.
Ball, that's out.
The Yankees trailing by 3, and we're the top half of the 6th. Fouled off left side.
Ball 2.
Just
down.
missed. And there's ball 4.
It feels to me like his time on the mound is running short, starting to show some signs of fatigue. So we'll see how much longer they let him go.
Anthony Volpe stepping in now for the Yankees.
Anthony
Volpe hitting better against right-handers this year, so some reverse splits there. Quick move to first, and he's back in safely.
I think you want to get a one-way lead, be very aggressive in the secondary.
Here comes Craig Counsell, and we're going to see a pitching change.
Now pitching for
Caleb
the Cubs,
Thielbar on to pitch out of the pen here.
Well, he's a big-time strikeout guy out there. This season, averaging more than 1 per inning.
Line drive, base hit. They get it in quickly. So first and second, now 1 out.
Up next for the Yankees, the first baseman, number 22, Ben Wright.
Pulled hard, but it's a foul ball. Runners at first and second with 1 gone. A little out front there as he swings through it. Two on, 1 out.
That's awfully close. I don't know how you take that. He's seeing the ball out of the pitcher's hand really well right now.
Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. Two now. Just misses the mark outside the zone.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
And that'll load the bases.
Good patience to take that walk and keep the line moving, and it sets up a critical at-bat coming up with the bases loaded here.
Matt Chapman to the plate in this high-leverage situation.
At the dish, looking to lift the ball in the air in this spot. Anything but the inning double play, Bird.
And the first pitch misses for ball 1. That clips the corner. Bases loaded. 1 away. Check swing. Went around. And it's 1 and 2. Base hit. One run is in. The throw home. Safe. In comes the run from second. It's 4-3.
Big swing of the bat right there. Just clutch hitting to get him back within one. You'll often hear the phrase short to it, long through it, and that's a great example of it right there. Got the barrel in the hitting zone early, squared it up with the well-timed swing, and came away with a beautiful line drive in the center field.
Double play ball to second. Flips it. There's one. To first. Not in time. Great effort there.
Well, that's great hustle out of the box to get down the line, knowing that a double play will end the inning. Good job at the finish, reaching out for the bag. Now the runners on the corners and still an opportunity to pick up some runs.
Digging in, J.C. Escara. Fouls away the first offering. Big spot. 2 out. Both the tying and go-ahead runs are aboard. The 1-1. That's a strike, and he inches closer to getting out of the jam.
That's a really good take.
Rice on third. Caballero at first. 2 out of the inning. Went with the sweeper, but it misses.
3-2, 2 out, runner on first. A lot of movement in the infield. Hitters got to stay focused on the pitch.
Lefty out of the stretch. Runners at first and third. Got him swinging for the K. Good job at damage control right there. 6, 7, 8, 2 in the bottom of the 6th. The Cubs are on top 4-3. This is Cubs baseball on the show, Chicago. Back here at the friendly confines. It's that time of the season. Let's check out some notable trade candidates.
Yep, that ball went out.
And the 1-0. Just
Nope,
missed.
that's the ball.
Fought off foul. The 2-1. Yeah, that's fouled off. Foul ball, another 2-2 upcoming. Cuts and misses. It's a strikeout.
That cutter right there had just enough movement on it to get the swing and miss. It wasn't a great location by any means. That's typically a spot that hitters can handle. So I'd say he fooled him with just enough of that late action.
Michael Busch, the next Cub to hit. His righty-lefty splits there. Doval throws what a lot of people consider to be a power sinker. Throws it with serious velocity, but it moves a ton and it stays down.
Ball one.
And Boog, against a guy like this, you grab your backup bat out of the rack. You don't want to take your gamer up there because you know there's a good chance it's coming back broken.
That's a strike. What's the approach when you're facing a guy like this, Chris?
Don't look down in the zone because you'll end up chasing something that's out of the strike zone. Make him elevate the pitch. Because he's not as effective at the top of the strike zone, you got a better chance of having success.
Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again.
That's ball two.
Now all even up. Caught him looking for the K.
The batter, number 7, shortstop, Gansby.
Swanson digs in. His split numbers between June and July there.
That was absolute gas. Triple digits on the gun. It's just a different experience as a hitter watching that go by.
2 down, nobody on. Here in the bottom of the 6th. And that one fouled off. Hit hard on the ground to the right side, and that's just foul. Swings and misses. It's a strikeout. And he strikes out the side here in the 6th. It's the Cubs 4 and the Yankees 3. We go to the top of the 7th. New pitcher on here, Hunter Harvey. Hasn't pitched in the last 3 days.
Number 45, Hunter Harvey.
That takes low for ball 1. Movement in the Cubs bullpen. Max Scherzer getting ready to go. Looking to get the tying run on base. And another ball. Catcher challenge. We'll take another look. And that one did find the strike zone. They'll keep their remaining challenge. Swing and a foul. play. The 2-2 now. And that one missing low. Aaron Judge in the on-deck circle, hoping to get a chance to make a big impact here. Payoff pitch. And it's fouled off. They'll do it again. Drive, and that's a base hit out into left center field. And a good start to the inning.
Well, that was an important at bat in this game, so a great job there stepping up to the challenge. Absolutely punished that pitch. Wasn't fooled in the slightest. 109 off the bat. I think that means you put a pretty good swing on it.
That's in for a strike. With a single base runner, because of all the power, they are dangerous to tie this thing up or take the lead. The Yanks with the go-ahead run at the plate here in the top half of inning number 7. Ground ball right side, and squirts through. Throw back in quickly. First and second now with nobody out.
Oh, just a nice job coming through in a pretty high leverage spot right there. Now a pretty big at bat coming up with a chance to even this ball game up.
Now Jazz Chisholm Jr. steps up for a big at bat. 0 for 3 in this one. And that one fouled off. The possible tying and go-ahead runs on base. Nobody out.
So now it's all about protect mode. Try to shorten up. Try to track the ball. Block it if you have to, as far as just a late swing that maybe you're not sure about, but some way, somehow climb back into this at bat through the count.
Fouls it back with 2 strikes. And the 0-2. Got him swinging. It's a strikeout. And that is a big first out.
The designated hitter, Giancarlo.
Swing and a high fly ball out towards right center field. Tracks it down for the out. Runner tags at second, and he moves up to third. Now 2 away.
The batter, number 11, shortstop Anthony Volpe.
Here's the shortstop at the play, Anthony Volpe. That's a strike. 0-1. Corners are occupied with 2 down. And that's downstairs. And the count even 1-1. The shortstop takes a ball.
It's a big opportunity right here, but I love the way he's slowing the game down. He's shrinking his zone, making sure he gets the pitch that he wants to hit.
Grisham, the runner at third. Judge on at first with 2 down. Late swing, fouled off. And it remains 2-2. Two on, 2 outs. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Huge strikeout there.
A lot of adrenaline, we can see it right there, and sometimes you just got to let it out. That's an outstanding job of taking that, executing, and getting out of a tough inning.
Now pitching for the
We're
Yankees.
back in a new pitcher here
Number
to start the bottom of the 7th. Ryan Yarbrough.
And this could be a tough first test for him right here. His numbers against lefties aren't great this season.
Leading off for the Cubs, the catcher, number 33, Moises Ballesteros.
Hey!
Here's your 1.
Ball, that's out.
Yarbrough goes 6 feet 5 inches, 34-year-old vet, and he was drafted in the 4th round back in 2014. That hit him. And the leadoff man is aboard to start the inning.
Up next to the Cubs, the center fielder, number 4, Pete Armstrong.
Check swing to the first pitch. Look down to third. Yes, he did. That's a swing. Next offering is fouled back. Here's the 0-2. Stays alive. Out towards right center field. Makes the grab.
That's a really nice play, ranging back into the outfield for that catch. We all know those can be a little tricky, especially if the wind's swirling around out there.
Wow.
1 out man at first. At the plate, Mike Trout. Outfield deep here, trying to prevent anything over their heads.
Nope. Ball 1.
The 1-0. Slapped hard the other way, but foul. That one is absolutely belted. And foul ball.
These hitters like this that have so much power, look forward to seeing them hit the ball a long way. But if you're in the stands, or you're in a broadcast booth, or you're a writer, better keep your eye on the game.
In the dirt to second. Tag saved at second. And good hustle to move up. That's a wild pitch.
You know, sometimes it takes a reliever a little time to get comfortable with the mound out there, especially when they come in trying to be nasty with every pitch they throw. Not exactly what they were looking for when they called him in, though. We'll see if he can settle down.
One out, the runner at second. Here, the bottom of the seventh. Foul ball, another 2-2 upcoming. Spoils a two-strike pitch, and he'll see another. Sneaks through, base hit. Into third now, so runners at the corners and one out.
Oh, this has been a really nice game at the plate for him. He looks locked in. I know it was a ground ball, but it was absolutely hammered through the infield. That's not one you're excited to get in front of if you're an infielder. You know they used to say, charge it. Crazy.
Ball, that's in.
Could use a ground ball here. Something in the infield. Runner at first base. Get two. Get out of this.
First and third. One down.
Hey.
Two on, one out. And a swing and a miss.
Great spot to be in right here for the pitcher. You can either strike this guy out or get a ground ball, double play.
And now it's 1-2. Battling here as he fouls it away. Lefty out of the stretch. Runners at first and third. Swings through that one. It's a strikeout.
Up next for the Cubs, the designated hitter.
And here's the DH for the Cubs, Eugenio Suarez. Fouls away the first offering. Runners at the corners with two outs. This one chopped on the ground, but foul. Two now. Ground ball to the middle. That's a base hit. In to score from third. It's an RBI single, and they lead by 2.
Got the job done to put him up by 2. Really nice job staying up the middle with his approach. He didn't try to do too much with the pitch. Just shot it through the infield.
Up next for the Cubs, third baseman number 3, Alex Bregman.
In the dirt, and it scoots away. But all the runners hold. Stand up at the pitcher. To first, and he beats it. Everyone's safe. Definitely some concern here. That ball came back and got him right on the pitching arm, as you can see him trying to shake it off.
And if nothing else, you worry about him getting some dead arm and losing some feeling. But from what I can tell, I think they're going to let him continue, and that's a really good sign.
2 outs, bases full. So here's Horner now. Yeah, don't need much damage here, just a base hit. Likely will score 2.
He's been such a good hitter with runners in scoring position. Some guys just take it to another level. For him right now at the plate, it's like everyone else is in slow motion, and he's in full speed.
Gap shot should score at least 2. 1 runs in. A second scores as well. Here comes Bregman around third. He's safe. And they clear the bases. And the lead is up to 5.
Man, that's a huge 3 RBI double in a spot where they really needed it. Loud contact leads to the double. I mean, you could tell it had extra bases written all over it as it jumped off of his stick.
Manager out of the dugout, and he's going to make a change. Ryan Yarbrough won't go any further, and he's responsible for the runner on second, so the book isn't closed on him yet. We'll be right back.
Now pitching for the
new pitcher for the Yankees, Will Warren.
Well, he's been hit pretty hard at times this season, as you see with the big ERA. So this is an important outing for him to get on the right track.
Horner at second with 2 down. Here's the pitch. Runner on the move. Line drive, base hit. The run scores from second. It's an RBI single, and it's 9-3. Dansby Swanson stands in 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts and a groundout. First pitch just misses. I thought that was a strike, and here's a challenge. It just shaved the zone, so they've still got both their challenges. The 0-1. And a fastball clips the outside corner for a strike. Swanson wants another look at the called strike. It's a challenge, and it's going to stay a strike. No challenges left for them now. The 0-2. Gets a piece and stays alive. The 0-2.
0-1.
Chopped left side,
nope,
but it kicks foul. 2 now.
Ball.
Line drive, base hit. They stop the lead runner at second. Now 2 off with 2 outs.
The catcher, number 43, Morgan. Brian Darrow.
First and second, 2 down. That smash towards center. Grisham on the move, and he hauls it in. All in all, 10 come to the plate. They bat around with 5 score. 8th inning coming up. It's the Cubs 9 and the Yankees 3. You're watching Cubs baseball on the show Chicago. Welcome back to the ballpark. As we check out the current playoff picture, Ben Brown will take over here.
Now
he last pitched 2 days ago.
Number 32, Ben Brown.
I can't play around with him here. It's a 6-run lead at this point. Got to attack hitters, even if you give up a solo shot. He's trying to stay away from this lefty, knowing that a lot of left-handers like the ball down and in.
One now.
Ball 2.
Well struck right field. That's back there. And it finds the basket and gone. And they cut into the deficit.
Really impressive hitting a ball that far going into the wind. Nothing was going to stop it from getting over the wall. He got on plane with that high fastball, then look how his bat stays in the zone for a long time. Absolutely crushed that pitch.
Close but called a ball. And that is ball 1. Nobody on, nobody out with a run in, and we're in the top of the 8th. High fly ball lifted in the air right field. And there's 1 down.
Up next for the Yankees, the left fielder, Jose Caballero.
Here's the left fielder, Jose Caballero. 1 for 3. Foul ball. That's a laser base hit. And that's a 1-out single. Looking to extend the play now. To second, but he beats the throw. Save.
These guys today are so great at handling velocity. They're seeing high speeds day after day, and a nice job of turning that one around.
First pitch swinging. Caballero, the runner at second with one away. And it's fouled away. Fair ball. He boots it. Headed for the plate. He'll score. It's 9-5.
Picks himself up an RBI. That was a thing of beauty. He may have been a little behind the pitch, but by getting that barrel into the hitting zone early on in his swing, he was able to meet it and still shoot a line drive down the line and left.
Now here's Trent Grisham.
Now, this guy's definitely looking for a big swing of the bat right here. Try to close that gap, but, you know, at the very least, if you could find a way to manufacture that run from first, it feels like it's really important to getting back into this ballgame.
The Yankees looking to rally. This one's smoked on its way out of here. It's their second home run of the inning, and they close the gap. It's 9-7.
Things might get pretty interesting if they keep connecting on pitches like that. Lightning fast hands to be able to hit that velocity fastball on the inside part of the plate. In my experience, when you're looking out over the plate, allowing the ball to travel, it's pure reaction to hit a pitch in that location. That's a tremendous swing.
And there's a strike. Good heater at 98. The other way, and he beats the shift. And that'll bring the tying run to the plate.
The batter, number 13, second baseman,
Jazz Chisholm Jr. stepping in now for the Yankees. 0 for 4, 2 groundouts, a flyout, and a strikeout. Laced into left. That's a base hit. Quick throw back in. Lead runner holds at second with one gone.
These guys are relentless. Just till the bell sounds, they are going to keep coming at you, trying to get you into the corner and knock you out.
Looks like we've got a substitution at second. On to run for the Yankees, Jason Dominguez. And time is called for a mound visit now. Big moment in this game, so they'll talk it over. Comes Craig Counsell, and we're going to see a pitching change. Ben Brown gives way. 2-run ball game as he heads for the dugout, and we'll be back with a new pitcher.
Now pitching for the
new pitcher in the game for the Cubs, Max Scherzer.
Well, he's been a really tough guy to take deep this season. You usually have to string some hits together in order to get to him.
Fastball in the inside corner for a strike. One out. Runners at first and second.
Right through there for a strike. Well, he didn't like those first two pitches. Now in an 0-2 hole. He's going to have to battle. Hope he gets a mistake.
Two on, one out. Out towards right center. That's well struck. Carrying well. And it's into the bleachers. Out of here. Giancarlo Stanton blasts one out to the opposite way. Their third home run of the inning. And they've rallied from 6 back. It's 10-9. These fans are just heartbroken right now.
That's an impressive swing of the bat to go over the wall to the opposite field gap. And you know, there are a lot of guys that just don't have the pop to do that, and probably just as many who don't have the approach either. He let that ball travel, and he got great extension on the follow-through to drive it out of here.
One down. So up next for New York, Anthony Volpe. And there's a foul ball. Scherzer, multi-time All-Star. He features a four-seam fastball, a slider, a changeup, a curve, and occasionally uses a cutter. That one fouled off. They tried to get him to chase on a slider down and away. Pitch misses. Full count now. And they'll do it again. We'll see another payoff pitch. Struck him out swinging. He battled for a long time, but it finishes with a strikeout. You can't be mad at yourself after an at-bat like that one. Stepping in, Ben Rice, and he has a chance to homer for the second time this inning.
I'm sure it never crossed his mind that he'd get another chance to do that again in this inning, but here we are. Let's see if he can pull it off.
Ground ball, base knock. So a 2-out knock keeps the inning alive. And his hot hitting continues.
They kept him in the yard that time, but all he's doing now is passing the baton, and everything seems to get started around this guy.
Rice leads off first with 2 down in the inning. That's to third. It's in and out of his glove. Still fires to first, and that's the inning. So they score 7 times in the inning and have jumped ahead. Last half of the 8th coming up. It's the Yankees 10 and the Cubs 9. This is Cubs baseball on the show, Chicago. Bottom of the 8th. Pete Crow Armstrong steps in, top 5 in WAR, basically worth more than a couple of bottom feeder teams. Unreal, Singy.
Yeah, he's not just valuable, Boog. He's practically carrying the franchise in a backpack.
If you replaced him, you'd need 3 players, a lucky rabbit's foot, and a small miracle.
And even then, you're probably still trailing in the 7th. It's good speed at the top of the order here. You want to get it on, see if you can get a stolen base, maybe get around the bases and pick up a run.
Swing and a pop-up. Foul territory for the catcher. 1 away.
Man, that's a huge first out to get here in this ballpark. The fans, they can smell when a rally is about to start, and if the leadoff man gets on, it would only fuel the fire. This guy's sink has so much drop in it. It's almost like a split finger fastball. Instead of just weak contact and balls on the ground, he gets swings and misses.
The Yankees holding on to a 1-run lead here the bottom half of the 8th inning. Sharp grounder. That's through for a base hit. And that puts the tying run on base.
Clearly seeing the ball very well in this one. Not much to this one other than just a willingness to go the other way and put the ball in play. That's a team at bat right there. Nice job of staying back and letting the ball get deep.
Now at the plate, Brent Rooker. There's a strike. One-run game, 1 out, 1 on. Swing and a miss. And the count is 0-2. A ball, tried the sweeper. Foul ball, still a 1-2 count. Here goes the runner. That one in the dirt and gets away. That's a wild pitch, and the tying runner was in a scoring position. So the tying run at second. Pitch misses, and the count's full. Eugenio Suarez in the on-deck circle, hoping to get a chance to make a big impact here. On the ground. Tosses to first, but the tying run moves up to third, so they'll be happy with that.
Well, there's a lot riding on that at bat right there. Nice job of the pitcher to bear down, make the pitch, get the ground ball. Excellent piece of work.
misses.
That's down.
And it's 1-0. The tying run is 90 feet away. Just off the inside edge. And a foul ball makes the count 2-1.
Just missed. If he's able to connect on that, look out.
Runner at third, 2 away. That's in there at the knees, and it's strike 2. Here's the 2-2. The breaking ball misses outside. Alex Bregman in the on-deck circle, hoping to get a chance to make a big impact here. Got him looking for the strikeout.
He's in a tough spot, had to make a great pitch, did it, got the strikeout, gets out of the jam. Clearly, he's happy with those results.
We go to the ninth, and stepping in for the Yankees, Jose Caballero. Here comes the closer here in the ninth, Daniel Palencia.
Well, he's got electric stuff coming out of the pen. His strikeout rate, though, is through the roof so far this season.
Just missed. The Cubs bullpen with some action. Jacob Webb preparing to come on if needed. The 1-0.
Just not able to catch up to that velocity.
Swing and a miss. And a count 1-2.
The only adjustment he needs to make is his target. If you aim at the outside corner, that slider's going to end up way off the plate. Perhaps look a little more down the middle, and you get it right where you want it.
Goes down looking for the strikeout. And a strikeout for the first out here in the ninth.
Frustrating end to the at-bat for the hitter, and I'm sure that's going to sit on him for a little while. You want to be ready to hit the fastball. Sometimes you can overthink things, and I think that was the case right there.
In the air, right field. Rooker should have this one. Brings it in. 2 down.
Up next for the Yankees, the center fielder, number 12, Trent.
Back to the top of the order now. And now the center fielder, Trent Grisham.
And it may be a long shot, but a triple here will give him the cycle. Not looking like they'll be adding any insurance runs heading to the bottom of the ninth, so it's going to be on the bullpen to hold this lead.
That misses, and that's ball 1. Crowd locked in right now. 1-run game here in the ninth. Check swing, he held up. 2 balls, no strikes. Inside, just missed. Two down, nobody on. That one at triple digits. Grisham not happy about that called strike. Here's the challenge. And that one was indeed a strike. So they're now out of challenges. The 3-1. Sliced hard, but foul down the left side. And a payoff pitch. Cut on and missed, and it's a strikeout, and that is the inning. Down in order go the Yankees as they cling to a 10-9 advantage. Back here at Wrigley Field, now it's Alex Bregman.
Third baseman, number 3, Alex Bregman.
That's the third. Chapman zips it across. 1 out, bottom of the 9th.
Good arm side run to that same side hitter right there. Very difficult to put that ball in the air or get through it. Just bores in on the hands.
Close one, doesn't get the call. Ball 1.
It's getting squeezed a little bit here late.
The Yanks trying to close out a 1-run lead. And the home team trying to pull it out.
Pretty good pitch to take a pass at in a 1-0 count. Just not able to square it up.
That's in there. And the count 1-2. This ball's chopped on the ground. Chapman over to first in time. Cubbies with only 1 out left.
The first baseman,
Michael Bush, the next Cub to hit. Corner infielders guarding the lines, trying to prevent extra bases.
Now, Brew, this is a real tough place for visiting teams to come in and close out ball games for a win.
2 down, nobody on. Here in the last half of inning number 9. Swing and a high fly ball out there towards left field. He's got it. Ball game. The Yankees take game 1 of the series on the road.
You know, even when this team was trailing by 6, it seemed like they had confidence that they could get back in this ball game. I don't know if they knew they could win it in this fashion, but they did an excellent job of executing in the little ways. They grinded it out and came away with a nice W.
In a 1-run game as this one ends 10-9. For Chris Singleton and our entire crew, I'm John Shambi saying so long.